So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. Of course, my name is Stephen Reese. We are here. It is Wednesday morning. I have preempted behind the badge for this morning because we want to get in a little further into the discussion of the budget. A lot of talk going around back and forth. And of course, the opposition has shared their views as well. But we're going to get back into the discussion on a few topics that were trending yesterday, including the NIS, the bank levy, and I see that the gas station owners are saying that they're going to suffer losses. I'll read the article for you. It's comical, you know, because when they were raising gas 5 and 6 times over the last 10 years, they weren't complaining. How come nobody ever complain about we making too much profit, like the banks? But we go deal with that, all right? No, we'll deal with that. We're dealing with all of that this morning. And we'll get the public thoughts on that. Because yesterday we had the minister on, and usually after the budget, I really don't book anybody because I just want to hear what the public have to say. So we had to limit some of the calls yesterday because we wanted to get a little perspective from the minister. It's not often I do that, but we have to get back into the discussion this morning. I'm hearing a lot of talk that people just not making any sense. It's a good budget. It's a budget for you. So there are concerns, like some of the callers said yesterday, where costs will be passed on to the customer or the tenant or whatever in terms of the landlord tax. But we'll get into all of that this morning. All right, I was left with a copy of the budget statement here. This is the entire statement as read by Minister of Finance Dave Tanku. So all of the figures and the facts are inside of there. I had a chance to browse it a bit and then make sense out of everything, because usually on a Monday when the budget is read, by the afternoon time, you know, you really haven't assessed the entire thing yet. But there are some aspects of it that will need some discussion. And, you know, your thoughts, of course, always welcome. So we're going to get into that very soon. Newsday this morning, very quickly here, as we hit 4 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock. Commissioner of Police orders probe into CL financial asset disposal as court blocks Trincity Mall sale. So that sale of Trincity Mall, they stick up in that. Tanku defends projected $73 US oil price. That'd be interesting, because that is one of the points that the opposition raised where I could understand why they would raise that point. Because it's a bit high. All right? So I think the opposition is in their rights to question that oil price. All right? Now, we are a gas-based economy, but that's $73. It'd be interesting. Let me take a read on that. And the PSA is eyeing a 10% settlement by Christmas. The public is cautiously optimistic after the budget. All right, so on page 3, you could read about the court halting the $505 million sale of Trincity Mall. And as you turn here, and this is the article, I want to get to it. Tanku says the public can stand up against potential bank fee increases. Take back your power. I think that is a very, very important statement made by the Minister of Finance. I think that the people of Trinidad and Tobago, I read this article, and I think that the people of Trinidad and Tobago have sat back for too long and allowed the banks to do what they want. You have the power. I remember doing this show over the last 11 years that I've been doing this show. And I remember up the islands, there were some things that banks wanted to implement up there. And people lined up outside the bank, ready to take out their money and close their account. And the banks had to reverse that policy. But in Trinidad and Tobago, we just sit down, complain, do nothing, and expect. You understand what I'm saying? And that has to change. But we'll get to that, because that's just one aspect of it, of the taking back of your power. All right? That's as it relates to the levy. We have to be, and on that bank levy that people panicking about, it is 0.25%, a 0.25%. It is not 1% or 2%. It is 0.25% levy. Because the banks, as we have been saying for the longest while on this program and probably on other programs as well, I don't get a chance to listen to other morning shows, they make tremendous profits at the end of the year. Hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions. And that is your money that sits in the bank and makes profit for them. But what do they give back to national development? Zero to little. You understand what I'm saying? So I have no problem with that levy. Now there's a concern that, oh, the bank's going to pass on the cost. But I also do not think, remember, the Minister of Finance has put forward a budget here. There are specific things that he stayed away from going into detail about. The CPEP and URP restructuring is one, or the new plan for it, right? But I think that the Prime Minister, when she speaks, I think she will elaborate more on a lot of these things, because he left the door open for her to ramashe when she comes in, when she has to speak. All right? Now, I do think that this government is not, I think let me put it plain talk bad manners. I think that they would have anticipated that if they put a levy, if they levy the banks at 0.25%, even at that small figure, that the cost could be passed on. So I would not be surprised, because it is a simple fix. All it takes is a piece of legislation to put the banks in their place. That's all it takes. They go to the parliament and you pass a piece of legislation to protect the citizens from that. It is very simple. Don't let anybody fool you. All right? There are policies and legislation that can be created in order to protect citizens. So I want to believe that that's where they're headed. But that is just me, you know, with wishful thinking, that they are different to other, because this is what it is. It's just a policy decision. Right? So let's see what happens. All right? I would not be surprised if they put something in place to prevent the banks from passing on that cost. Finance Minister defends projected 73 US oil price. Minister of Finance Dave Tanku has defended the government's decision to base its fiscal 2026 budget on an oil price of US 73.25 per barrel and natural gas at $4.25 per million British thermal units, MMBTU. No, that's the gas price and all, I think, is a little higher, at 4.25. I don't know why he's defending it here. Now, his defense came during a post-budget forum hosted by the TT Chamber of Industry and Commerce. And let me see. Tangu said the price was selected using projections from the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, and the calculation of which used a basket of prices and was developed under the previous administration. Whoa, okay. He said that within the projections are optimistic figures, pessimistic figures, and one that lies between these estimates. The middle figure, he said, was used. Okay. So you have a pessimistic figure, optimistic figure, and you have a middle figure, and you use the middle figure. Well, the middle figure, not finger. Right? So, that's what he used, according to what he is saying here, based on data that would have been gathered from the previous administration at the ministry. Okay? So that's his defense. Government says agreement underway for World Bank in Port of Spain. Public cautiously optimistic after the budget. Penal man critical after gas tank explodes. Another gas tank explode. What did I say the other day? You see why I said what I said the other day as it relates to these gas tanks? I said it was not the first time. But at least you should put things in place to ensure that this does not happen regularly. You understand what I'm saying? A 28-year-old man of Sunrise Road in Penal is in critical condition after his liquid petroleum gas tank exploded on October the 13th. The man's uncle told investigators that around 3:45 p.m., he was at home when he heard a loud explosion. Upon checking, he saw his nephew's downstairs apartment on fire. The laborer sustained injuries to his face and was taken to the San Fernando General Hospital, where he underwent emergency surgery and was warded in the intensive care unit. And fire officers of the Monrepo fire station responded and extinguished the blaze. All right, now, they determined it was caused by the explosion of a 20-pound gas cylinder in the kitchen. There have been several gas tank explosions this year. Several. One person that we know about has lost their lives. So what is the response to this now? Use the soap water test? Is that going to be the response again? Or are we going to move towards proper checks and balances before these things go out onto the market for sale to the public? Do not tell me that there is not a better way to do your safety checks. Do not tell me that you can't put a warning or and some sort of information in the form of a sticker on each tank. Don't tell me that. We know mistakes happen. But a mistake could happen from time to time. But not this, not like this. Marabella man, age 21, charged for woman's murder. Court says OPM must reveal lawyers and consultants paid for the Paria Commission of Inquiry. So they must reveal this. Didn't they reveal some figures already? Young says budget unrealistic, expect raid on the HNS fund. PSA head eyes 10% settlement by Christmas. US strike kills 6 more off Venezuelan coast. Police hit hotspots from Tunapuna and Grandi. Extensions granted in Danny Guerra's lawsuit against police. And Ernest & Young and PwC support the NIS and retirement age increase. All right? And PwC is saying, allow the self-employed to contribute. They're going to have to do that. Right? So those are some of the headlines. Let's not waste time this morning, because I already know where I headed. I don't want to go through the papers to know where I want to go. But before we go where we want to go or where we have to go, the first thing we got to do is remind you of a few things. So, I want to remind you, Seth Wayo-Laborde, who was on the program yesterday morning. Seth has the Holistic Health Clinic. It's powered by nutritional therapy. It's very simple. We don't manage diseases. They reverse them naturally, okay? So, they specialize in reversing cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, digestive disorders, hypertension, and more. And it is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. You could call or WhatsApp 2793935 or 7611952. You can book an appointment today, go see Seth, and rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. All right? Naturally. Also, Chef Shiraz has the open day. Discover your future at the open day. They have their open day. Why? Right, nice. So this open day takes place Wednesday, the 15th of October. That is today, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And on Saturday, the 18th of October, from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Free admission, refreshments will be provided. So you get the academy tours, like the classroom, training, kitchens, the labs. You can meet the instructors and current students, and there's the information session on the diploma and the certificate and other available programs, admission and enrollment guidance, scholarship and payment plan information. So this is absolutely free. So Chef is simply saying, come on down and be part of the open day. And to find out more information, of course, you call him on 372-4639 or 737-5097, and this takes place at Ramsing Plaza in Shogunas. So make sure and get as much information as possible. But today and Saturday, the open day is on. And of course, finally, we want to remind you that the Breaking Dawn Christmas party is definitely on Saturday, the 13th of December. Alcohol going up, but our price staying the same. All right? So go out and get your tickets. Tickets are available at all sports and games nationwide. That includes Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, Long Circular Mall, West Mall, Tunapuna, Grand Bazaar, and Price Plaza. You could also go to Raj Bar in St. Augustine, or you can go online at trinbagoevents.com and you can purchase your tickets there. I urge you to purchase these tickets as early as possible, because if I run out of $400 tickets, because they have raised the price of alcohol, I might have to increase the price a little. So in order not to pay more pay less and pay it in the earlies now. All right? I know that we have the Diwali weekend coming up this weekend. We have a short week next week because Monday's a holiday. So I know a lot of people are going to wait till after Diwali and that kind of thing, which is usually the case. Okay? But I urge you, I see people already sending me the pictures, people buying 4 and 5 tickets, and I thank you for that. Thanks for the support. Remember, part of the proceeds go to the Cerebral Palsy Society of Trinidad and Tobago. We have a live band. We have guest artists passing through. I will give you the information on who the guest artist is as we go along. After Diwali, all you start getting all of that information. But let me tell you, it's parang, it's soca, it's pan, it's chutney, it's tassa, it's all kind of thing. So all you look out, all right? We have a lot of entertainment, and it is a premium drinks inclusive. With alcohol going up, I'd say thank God that I cut a deal early with Trinidad and Tobago Import and Export Limited, so that we wouldn't have to feel the brunt of purchasing alcohol at that increased price, because I already have a nice relationship and a good deal with them. Any alcohol outside of that I need to get, any other brands from any other companies, I might have to, take the blow for that. But that's nothing, right? Food will be on sale. Get your tickets. For more information on the Breaking On Christmas Party, if you want to sponsor something, if you want to make a donation to the Cerebral Palsy Society, if you need tickets because you're in a specific area, maybe, 345-3380. You call that number, 345-3380. That is for tickets for the Breaking On Christmas Party. That is not to call and talk about your information on this and you have a problem here. I have told Avion, do not entertain those calls on that number. The number is not for that. It's the same thing that happens when the advertising number comes up here, 310-2666, and people, that is the number that people call because they want to advertise on the program, and people end up calling the number, and but oh God, no. Always stop doing those things. You have an MP. I have said that under the PNM and I've seen it under the UNC. You have an MP in your area. If you have information on some sort of wrongdoing and you're not comfortable calling the police, guess what? Call Ian Allen. He will help you. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful manner. I'm saying that I am not the police. Do I have a relationship with the police? Sure. But if you're going to send information reporting something that's going on with the police, you understand? There is a police complaints authority. You get the information to them. You go through the proper channels, right? You don't depend on talk shows to pass on information and get the job done that you could do for yourself. So there are organizations that are set out in Trinidad and Tobago specific to report certain things. Now, if you report it to those channels and you're not getting through, when I say you're not getting through, a specific amount of time has passed, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and you have not gotten a response or anything like that, then you're calling to our talk show and you say, listen, I make a report to so and we bring it up and we could inquire on it. But to ask, to give the information to us to pass on to, and some people send messages, could Stefan investigate this? Fellas, all you understand that? Must see SRPPI. I just saying, you know what I mean? I do not like to commit myself to things that I cannot do. You have water problem, you have this problem, you have that problem, sure, fine, no problem. Right now I hope that they start dealing with this 800 bulb, because 800 bulb, it have a lot of people that call in with these street lights. I heard the minister mention something about street lights in the budget. These street lights need, we need these street lights upgraded. You have situations where lights are, bulbs blow and all kind of thing. Now you don't go through TNTech for that. You go through 800 bulb, they are responsible for that. But when you call them, they don't respond. You understand? They don't respond. Some people wait in months. Some people have to keep calling. They don't get any, the communication and the service is poor, piss poor. So there are certain things that I understand people get frustrated with, no problem. Send a message to 327-7400 327-7400. That is the number for that. That message will be forwarded to whomever I could forward it to, asking for the assistance. Okay? I have a good relationship with certain people, so certain things I can and will be able to assist with. However, that does not mean that this is the center for assistance. This is not your first channel. You understand? I always tell people, go through the proper channels. That way, and I want all you to understand what I'm saying, that way, when you go through the proper channel, and it does not, and you get problems, and then you bring the issue to me, when I bring it up with whoever I have to give the information to, the first thing they will ask me is, did this person submit ABCXYZ? When my answer is no to that, guess what happens? Tell them to submit it. So now, you have delayed the process on your own because you have not submitted anything, because you chose to send it through the wrong channel first. Right? So you go through the proper channel. You run into a roadblock there or a dead-end street. You send a message to 327-7400. I pass it on to who I have to pass it on to. And when they say, did the person submit ABCXYZ? I say, yes, they submitted it on so-and-so date. The document is there. Then, the ball rolls. You understand? So you have to understand that there is a way that things can be done and have to be done. All right? All right. But get your tickets to the party, and come out and support. This is all your party, you know. This is all your party, you know. But let's not all your party. This is my party. Let me be real. This is my party. I join it with, you know what I mean. I like the party with my fans. You understand what I'm saying? I like the party with the elderly. I like the party with the young people. I like the party with people my age. You know what I mean? It's just a good vibes. So if your son or your daughter are the age and they're passing in the background this morning and you're watching the program or they're hearing me on the TV right now, organize them too. It's a Christmas party. It's be a good vibes. All right, so I'll tell you what. We take the first break. When we come back from the break, we're going to tackle the NIS issue and that potential increase in NIS that some people seem to be worried about. Stay tuned for that. We're coming back after this.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
On Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence, Massive Tank Sound Company brings to you a night of Bollywood magic, featuring the Big B of Gujarat, Bankim Pathak, Daksha Goyal, Indian Idol star Shivanji Sharma, Nitin Kumar, Chaturvedi. Get those general tickets $200, VIP $500. For VVIP, call 498-1698. Ticket outlets: all Extra Foods nationwide, Prem Singh's Curap and Shagwanas, MS Food City Debe. Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence. A night of Bollywood magic.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse purchase or supply everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor. Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad. Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago. Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody sing it. Come on.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And the Breaking Dawn Christmas party is here, people. Saturday, December the 13th, Center of Excellence, Garden Sanctuary from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Get your tickets now. This is a premium drinks inclusive. You can get your tickets at the following outlets. All Sports and Games. Sports and Games in Grand Bazaar, Tuna Puna, Trin City Mall, Price Plaza, Long Circular Mall, Gulf City Mall, and West Mall. That's 7 locations. You can also get tickets at Raj Bar in St. Augustine, or you could get your tickets online. For those of you in Tobago, go online at trinbagoevents.com and purchase your tickets. Get your tickets early. We have live entertainment. Like I said, premium drinks inclusive, food on sale, and it is Winter Wonderland this year. So the dress code is wear white. I will see you at the Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary on Saturday, 13th of December for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. And remember, part proceeds go to children with cerebral palsy.
Namaste. I am Pandit Jairam, 3580103 from Trinidad and Tobago. If you are facing any kind of problem in life, be it planetary obstacles, delays in marriage, issue in having children, troubles in business or job, health concerns, or lack of peace of mind, I provide the right astrological guidance and remedies. Every problem has a solution according to your birth chart and planetary positions. Do not delay. Whether your issue is small or big, answer to your questions are here. Contact Pandit Jairam, 3580103, Trinidad and Tobago. The path to solving your problems begins today.
The season of lights is bright and tasty with Royal Castle's delightful veggie burger made with a healthy and nutritious patty. It's great on its own or in a combo with one side and a 16-ounce drink. So whether it's lunch, dinner, or a snack, Royal Castle's veggie burger fits right in with your fasting and festivities. Happy Diwali from Royal Castle.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
All right, people, so we are back. Now, as we return, I want to get into the NIS thing. So we all know that the NIS has been in some problems for a while now. As a matter of fact, in case people forgotten, let me remind them that it was in June of 2020, there was an actuarial study and it found that the national insurance scheme was going to bust. That was since 2020. That would have been 5 years into the previous administration's first term. That was in an election year. Contributions were declining by an average of about 3.2% each year, and the number of beneficiaries were growing by at least 1%. And over 2 decades, there was a 65% increase in benefit payments. All right? Now, the population was also aging, and 13.4% over 60 years, and the number of pensioners had grown by more than 50% since 2010. So there was growth in terms of people aging and growing older, and collect. Therefore, the more years you live is the more years you collect. You all know this. But the fact, the long and the short is this. We know that since 2020, that was the first actuarial report that came out that suggested that the fund is going to bust. The then administration came up with some ideas, and they said, well, we might have to increase the retirement age to 65. Okay? At that point in time, I had no problem with it. I remember that well. And it came up several times over that period, 2020 to 2025. And the reason why I didn't have any problem with it is because people are growing older. And as you know, when you retire, sometimes you have nothing to do. You just age fast. So it's better you keep yourself busy, and you have people who are 65 years and older that are very energetic, very active, and they could still work. They're very competent, right? So I have no problem with that, because something had to be done. You don't want the NIS to collapse, okay? However, it took them 5 years, 5 budgets, and they really did nothing about it. They didn't do anything about it. So, what happens? First off, you shut down the refinery and you send home thousands of workers whose contributions would have been very significant given their salaries. So you lost a significant set of contributions with the refinery workers. Then, of course, you have the delinquent employees that do not pay their fees, right? So you have people evading and not complying, right? And the investigative arm of NIB, I do not know how strict they are with getting down on these employers, but that's a story for another day. But we know that's a problem. We know that we have the influx of Venezuelans that came into the country. These are people that need work, they should work. They must work, they have to earn $1 while they're here, but they're not paying NIS. So you have X amount of people into a market there, into employment, while they are not contributing to the fund. All right? And there are several other issues that we could bring up. What the minister is saying is very simple. And I don't see why this should be an issue. He said to save the critical institution from bankruptcy and preserve the benefits for future generations, we must increase the contribution rate. To minimize the burden on contributors, I propose a phased approach, implementing a 3% increase in the contribution rate effective January 5th, 2026, followed by another 3% increase from January 4, 2027. I have seen videos circulated on social media with people bawling, oh God, the NIS going up. Philip Edward Alexander was on the program yesterday morning. He said that the 3% is not on your salary. It is not a 3% increase on your salary. It is a 3% increase on your contribution. In other words, if your contribution to NIS is $100 a month, it's gone up by $3. This is what people are complaining about, apparently. Now, you shouldn't have a problem with it for specific reasons. This is not a tax that you pay that you do not benefit from in any way at all, because nobody just pay taxes and then the roads in a mess and this in a mess and that in a mess. This is an increase in your contribution, but you get it back. It is a pension plan. So you get it back when you retire. So this is not money that you're not getting back. If anything, it forces you to save a little more. If you understand what I'm saying, if you want to look at it like that. Now, this is the first budget. We do not know if over the next 5 years the economy is going to turn around in a positive manner, at which point in time the government may come by the third or the fourth budget and increase the minimum. You don't know, because Kamla Prasad Bisesa has done that in the past. So, We do not know what the future will bring, but we know for sure since 2020 that the NIS fund could be on the brink of collapse. So something has to be done. The last administration knew that. They were moving very slow towards a solution to it. He has proposed a solution here, including raising the retirement age to 65 by 2036. Okay, so this is a gradual increase, which people have had concerns with as well. But look, from January 1st, 2028 to December 31st, 2029, a retiree will be 61 years old. And then from January 1st, 2030 to December 31st, 2031, a retiree will be 62 years old. And so on and so forth until from January 2036 and onward, a retiree would be 65 years old. Now, I don't see any problem with that. I don't know if you have a problem with it. But this is your pension plan then, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's either you want to preserve the pension plan and keep it alive, or you want 10 years from now, we do have a pension plan. It's as simple as that. And unfortunately, it has fallen on Dave Tanku because of a lack of urgency in dealing with the matter over the last 10 years. Morning. I'm taking them quick and fast this morning. Quick and furious. Morning.
Hi, good morning. I was calling concerning the fact what is the intention for the jobs and for the works of the people. No answer, no reply, no nothing. She ain't stating anything. So what will be the cause of us being at home? I'm all for a safer future.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on, sweetie. Just repeat that. Who you been trying to contact and you're not getting any information?
No. I'm saying, I'm asking you, what is the intention she intends to do with the work, with our work? We're actually going to give us more work, or what? No CPAP, no URP. You have to remember, it has people that reach a certain age and cannot work certain places. It's not taken, yeah.
Right. So you're talking about the CPAP.
What is that?
Okay, you're talking about
the CPAP and the URP.
The CPAP and URP. The minister said that, right, okay, so the minister said because of the issues of certain things that take place in those two programs, the Prime Minister will speak on it and she will say, I don't know, because we haven't heard yet. All we know is that CPAP and URP, they're going to bring something different, more structured with sustainable employment. But we don't know what it is until the Prime Minister speaks.
So then what about all these people that have no jobs? That children have to go to school.
Yes,
Christmas is right around the corner.
Right.
What is going to be the alternative for these things?
Well,
is it going to be before Christmas or after Christmas?
Right.
What is our position?
Okay, and what I'm telling you is, I can't answer that because they haven't said it in the budget yet. What the minister said is that the Prime Minister, when she speaks, which will be next week, she will give the plan, she will roll out the plan for CPAP and URP workers. That is what he said. So we don't know what it is yet. So I just as much in the dark as you are until the Prime Minister says what is going on. All right?
Okay, then.
But I understand your concern. That's a genuine concern. You're in a right to be concerned about it because you have to make a living. Right?
True.
All right.
True.
No problem.
All right.
All right, darling. Yeah, but what I'm saying, with the CPAP and URP, the reason why I haven't touched that yet, or not touching that, is because we can't touch it until the Prime Minister talk. He said they're going to be restructuring that, or they're going to be bringing it in a different format, but he will not speak on it. He will leave for the Prime Minister to say what the plan is for CPAP and URP workers and reforestation workers and all those people when she gives her contribution in the budget. So she have it in her back pocket. So we'll find out. Morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Yes, I. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you something. You see exactly the response that caller just made here? This is how dangerous and what PNM has done to the culture and the mindset of the population of Trinidad and Tobago. They never did anything for people to be sustainable and to see life living beyond. As soon as they get a paycheck, that's what their culture and their lifestyle was. CPAP was the perfect example. Create people and have them vulnerable and dependent, and as soon as you cannot sustain them, they starve and they suffer. And this is the mentality of these people. Them cannot understand that here in about 2 or 3 years, there would not be a NIS for anybody to get. So now you have to put things in place for it to be sustainable and be able to continue, and somebody who retire would have that. They cannot understand that, because the idiots and them who were running in front social media and out a whole press conference continue have these people thinking that it's the end of the world for them. And that is how dangerous PNM was since Eric William days, that culture, the mindset of people that here what live today for today. As soon as you get your salary, go and spend it out, and you don't have nothing to save, nothing for the rainy day or anything like that, and live your whole life like that. So you crush our economy that was supposed to be one of the wealthiest countries in the world, where we didn't supposed to be where we are today, trying to figure out how to make our budget work for our country.
Nice.
We're supposed to be thinking about our budget. We didn't even supposed to be reading our budget in Trinidad and Tobago. But we are here today because of PNM and because the way they spend money in Trinidad and Tobago and how they culture the mentality of a population that only feel that the only way they could survive is on handout and being dependent on a government which don't really care about the people in this country. Have a good morning, Stefan. Take care.
No problem. I hear you. But what I'll say to that is that, I think they've been patient, the CPEP and URP workers. I think they're patiently waiting to hear what is the plan for them, because they want to get back out to work. I mean, everybody who had a job and don't have a job would like to get back out to work. But like I said, you're just a few days away from the Prime Minister rolling out that plan, because the Minister of Finance has left it to her to do so. But I want to get back to the NIS here. Hello, good morning. Yeah.
The measures with the NIS and every other measure that the government try to put some money back inside the piggy bank is very important, right? No government comes into a budget or present a budget, and a budget is a promise. A budget is not
because it's based on projections. It's based on projections.
It's projections.
So, right. Yeah.
That doesn't have to
materialize necessarily.
Where it's supposed to fall.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
The realization of the budget is another thing all by itself. But no government come and say, let's put a little more in the piggy bank because they feel to do it. They do it because they have to do it.
Right.
Because they see it important, and that is the government of the day. I personally have no problem with that. One of the problem I have though.
Go ahead.
Call the squad people idiot and all kind of thing. All kind of names you call the squad people because they have a different view. But the problem I have is that the projection that says that the middle ground.
The $73, yeah, $73 US a barrel, yeah.
Any financial persons agree with it. I'm talking about people of past financial like people like
But I waited on next week. I waited on next week to have a financial consultant or economist on, because it rather early in the game. Right now it's just to hear what others saying and get the feedback from the people.
Right.
And next week we'll hear from the persons that in that field.
But they shouldn't have gone into the area of saying that they remove VAT over things that VAT was already moved before, because it sounds good. It's good for politics. And I agree when politicians want to top the desk about things, but it had a lot of things there that he said that they were going to remove VAT, and those VAT was removed in 2016. And I don't like people trying.
Well,
if it wasn't listening to the budget for years, I would understand that. But anybody who was listening to the budget for years will understand what you're really doing. This is a budget. Why are you thumping your desk for something I personally know that has gone a long time. And that's the part I didn't like about the budget, and I feel I don't like deception. I don't like it at all. Thanks.
All right, no problem. I have to check on those items, because I heard the opposition say that the VAT was already removed from it. I have to check and see what the items are and what was removed and so on and so forth. But that to me while it's important because you want to bring down your food bill and that kind of thing, it right now that's just a little dot on the whole page of what has been presented. But morning. But I will check on it to see. What's going on, man? Talk to us.
The increase on the NIS, they're projecting a figure that they will accumulate when they implement this increase. But while the previous government told people to apply for the grant, and they applied, they came back and say you're not entitled to the grant because your employer was not paying the NIS. And nobody was held, and no employer was held accountable. The other thing is, when you raise the NIS, the employer has to pay 2/3.
Yes.
So would that encourage the employers, the private sector in that way, to instead of employing nationals, they continue to employ the Venezuelans because they pays no NIS. So
right, I understand what you're saying, right?
So
yeah, I understand.
Are we opening a door? Are we opening a door for the influx of more venues to come here? Because if we already have venues working in the private industries, and the employer looking because the current staff of locals reaching the age of retirement, so they're looking for new employees. Would they encourage the current influx to bring other venues here so they breaks from paying that additional NIS?
Okay.
Have a pleasant
genuine concern. That's a logical concern because we know employers don't like to pay. Hello, good morning. But they don't like, increases. Not that I don't like to pay. I don't like, Anyway, morning.
Good morning.
Morning, my dear. Go ahead.
To understand people, they raise NIS. NIS is less than a bucket of chicken. Oh God, pay it now. For 10 years, they jam all with all kind of thing. Well, you take it. Now everybody coming, NIS raise. So what? Listen, gas going down. That's all I care about. I didn't care about nothing else. Okay, goodbye.
All right. On that note, somebody asked me yesterday, well, why didn't drop the price of diesel? Well, all you need to do is go to a gas station and look at the prices, right? And when you get there, it makes no sense reducing the price of diesel because diesel is already cheap. Diesel is cheap. But I understand what the person is trying to say. Drop the price of diesel so that, goods and services prices will go down because it's really delivery trucks and all these things that use diesel. But diesel already cheap. Hello, good morning.
Hello,
the vast majority of the population use either super or premium.
To you.
Morning to you, yeah.
Yeah. There are two things from the national insurance, right? One is your contribution. If you do not make the 700 and whatever contribution, you get the lump sum, right? Do you know that is increased 3 times? It is calculated 3 times more than you would have contributed if you're not eligible for the pension, you understand?
Okay.
And another significant thing about NIS, remember, it is for injuries on the job or sickness benefit and so on.
Yeah.
So people should recognize that. And people want to really work older nowadays, if they are capable and stuff. Because
I think so. I think very few people want to retire at 60 because when you retire at 60, you ever realize that people work and they look like they don't age, and as soon as they go into retirement and they have nothing to do, they get one set of gray hair and looking old.
And diseases, 100%. Like military, remember Coast Guard, I think they retired 45, police at 55 if you don't go up the ranks and so. And now they're going back on contracts and stuff, and they are capable and they have the knowledge and experience. You understand? And this person, the lady, with the URP, did you hear Farley say how they operate the URP or CPR business? He says they control it. But another thing, right? Relative to the rents that people say it's going to be generated to the tenants and so on, right? There is what is called a very active rental board. If your landlord cannot justify why he's raising the rent you are entitled, or move, like Tanku said, sorry, Mr. Tanku said, you know, refuse to pay the extra from the banks and so on. You see, they have a new board for...
I comment to the banks.
The new board for one of the banks and so on. The government, I think, would have consulted with these banks relative to fees and stuff.
Well,
I'm
saying if they did not consult, I think the easy solution for that is legislation. Legislate it and protect the citizens. That's all.
You know, people are crying gloom and doom. You remember Chicken Lick in the story, the sky is falling. But not on Trinidad, don't worry. Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right, I'm gonna put a pause on that there, but coming back to the phone line just a little bit. On the landlord tax, it started to be compared to a property tax. It is totally different. What they're saying, as you call it, as mentioned, I know people have concerns about the landlord passing on that cost and increasing rent and that kind of thing. But why would they? Because all they're saying is that, look, you have landlords. Landlords collect a rent at the end of the month, but they don't pay taxes. But the rent represents an income, right? So they're just regularizing this particular sector where you have all these landlords collecting rent, nobody paying tax. Right? Now, I have it here, like I say, the document, right? In case we missed it. You're talking about a one-time registration fee of $2,500. One-time registration fee. And then you're talking 2.5% of the gross annual rental income of $20,000 or less, and 3.5% of the gross annual rental income exceeding $20,000. Now, it's a tax. So how I know tax works is the reason why I may pay more taxes than somebody else is because my salary is higher than theirs, or my income is greater than theirs. So the higher the income, the higher the 3.5%. If you understand what I'm saying. So to me, there is no reason to raise your rent, because the higher you raise the rent is the higher the 3.5% of that tax is going to be. So I can't see landlords taking that particular route. I mean, I stand to be corrected. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it happening. All right. Now, my thing with it is that this new registration system, you're talking about thousands of landlords, all right? And you know how things go when it comes to us with registrations and that kind of thing, right? So it could be somewhat of, it could turn out, it could be an administrative nightmare. I don't know how they want to go about doing it, but there is a possibility that you might get low compliance as well. Because remember, landlords have to comply and come forward and register, right? Otherwise, you're going to have to set up a whole department to start investigating and fines and all things like that, because they have to comply, right? So I don't know how they're going to go about doing it. That's why I was trying to ask Philip yesterday. If you use the existing tax system and you introduce a cap on the mortgage interest, and maybe a repair deduction, you put a cap on mortgage interest and repair deductions for residential rental properties, right? Where landlords owing more than, for example, 2 rental properties could only deduct up to about 75% of the expenses, that would be far easier to administer through the existing BIR framework, I think, right? It would also broaden the tax net in a way by making, it would make maybe more rental income taxable in a kind of way, all right? Without that cumbersome registration system and all of that. But I don't know how they tend to go about doing it. I just a thought. We're going to take a break. As we go to the break, I'm coming back with the banks, because we want to deal with the banks as well. But Safety Rigging and Lifting Services Limited, all right, so they have over 2 decades of experience, and we're talking about rigging and lifting operations in the construction, oil and gas industry, and their services are available for offshore and land, process gas maintenance for projects, shutdowns, turnarounds, etc. Some of their specialized services include lifting and rigging awareness training, supervision and coverage during planned projects and TARs, policy review and development, site visits both on land and offshore, rigging loft management as well as risk assessment for lifting operations, and they offer expert guidance and support ensuring safety, efficiency, and compliance with industry standards, regulations, and legislation. So their services are not limited to Trinidad and Tobago, as they can also provide these services in the Caribbean or South America region. So for more information, feel free to contact them on 868-774-1498 or visit their website, safetyriggingandliftingconsultancy.com. So stay tuned. When we return, more for you. Before I go to the break, let me get Keolek. Let me do Keolek one time. So we have several products in the Keolek range, all of them backed by scientific research and clinical trials. They include the Keolek Cleanse and Digestion, the Keolek Blood Pressure Health, the Keolek Cholesterol Health, the Keolek Total Heart Health, also the Keolek Circulation Health, and they're all proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels, and all include the aged garlic extract formulation. They also have the Keo Green Powder Drink Mix and the Keodophilus Probiotics. So make sure and pick up any product in the Keolek range at a pharmacy or a health store across the country. And for more information, you could WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. We take the break. When we come back, we will get to the banks and get back to the phone line. Stay tuned. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And the Break It Dawn Christmas party is here, people. Saturday, December the 13th, Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Get your tickets now. This is a premium drinks inclusive. You can get your tickets at the following outlets. All Sports and Games. Sports and Games in Grand Bazaar, Tunapuna, Trin City Mall, Price Plaza, Long Circular Mall, Gulf City Mall, and West Mall. That's 7 locations. You can also get tickets at Raj Bar in St. Augustine, or you could get your tickets online. For those of you in Tobago, go online at trinbagoevents.com and purchase your tickets. Get your tickets early. We have live entertainment, like I said, premium drinks inclusive, food on sale, and it is Winter Wonderland this year, so the dress code is wear white. I will see you at the Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary on Saturday, 13th of December for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. And remember, part proceeds go to children with cerebral palsy.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Namaste. I am Pandit Jairam, 3580103 from Trinidad and Tobago. If you are facing any kind of problem in life, be it planetary obstacles, delays in marriage, issue in having children, troubles in business or job, health concerns, or lack of peace of mind, I provide the right astrological guidance and remedies. Every problem has a solution according to your birth chart and planetary positions. Do not delay. Whether your issue is small or big, answer to your questions are here. Contact Pandit Jairam, 3580103, Trinidad and Tobago. The path to solving your problems begins today.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both with foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their two locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78 Bamboo Settlement number 2 Valsain between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees, just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We're just about 5 minutes past your 7 o'clock. Now, before we get into the situation with the banks and the levy, that 0.25%, I have a very good friend of mine on the line here. I would really like to get his thoughts on the budget for 2026. Mr. Monroe, what's up? Good morning to you, man.
Good morning to you and people of Trinidad and Tobago. Pleasant morning to each and every one of you.
So what are your thoughts?
Stefan, my thoughts of this budget, I've been honest with you. It is a pleasant, calm, lovely budget under the circumstances of the condition of the country. I don't know what they want the people to do, what the government to do. It is a very, they didn't put no pressure on the small man. They make it very simple. And I think it will be nobody's perfect, but it will be unfair to criticize a budget like that, to be honest with you. And I'll tell you one of the things I'm satisfied about, you see where they're going to concentrate on the agriculture industry.
Yeah.
I am so happy and joyful to hear that. And also the tourism industry, and that is where the evangelical churches, that is Divine Harmony, that is the organization that I'm attached to, that we are doing on December the 6th, hopefully, to work with the government, because this is a product that could bring a lot of foreign exchange to the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Because, Stefan, just listen to this for a second. Next year when we go to the island, and you have all these choirs coming in by the thousands, bringing in numbers by the thousand, and all the supporters and things like that.
Right.
Could you imagine the amount of revenue that will be going to hotels, the taxi drivers, the food industry, any way you could think of? That is what you call religious soak. I call it religious soca tourism.
Right.
Because it will bring foreign exchange to Trinidad and Tobago. So I want to compliment them for the budget that they come forward with, and they're speaking about, as I mentioned to you, the development of the agriculture and also the development of the tourism industry that is so needed.
Right.
I pray and hope that they work along with me, and I also pray that the good Lord will bless them, that they will be able to execute the budget as they put it on and make the people of Trinidad and Tobago feel better again. As they say, when they win, they say everybody wins. So I hope that's because even the gas, I see the notice that, you could imagine my other friend was saying, I raise it once and I raise it again, and I'm going to raise it and then riot it.
Yeah.
Well, we have to write, thank God she dropped it at the land. That is a lot of savings when you check on it for the air. So I want to compliment them tremendously, and I want them to work along with us to make Trinidad and Tobago a better Trinidad and Tobago, because I don't want to talk about this PNM thing, not Rowley PNM, especially Rowley. Rowley is a hater of people, to be honest, especially African people. I could tell you that. So I just want to thank you for calling me and listening to me, and I'm saying I am satisfied with the budget under the circumstances of the country as it is today. So God bless you.
I could ask you one question I have for you.
Ask me.
Before you go. I'm about to get into a conversation with the banks. The banks.
Hello, the what? The banks?
The banks. What are your thoughts on the banks?
But them banks say to themselves, listen, the banks and them charging, when you borrow the money from them, and all, they're charging you like 8%, 9% and all those stuff. And when you put poor people put their money in the bank, instead of giving them interest, they take it out when the month of, I think it's $1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes even, well, that is madness. I mean, the government didn't hit them anything, taking anything from them. One of the things I would have liked to see the bank do, you see the big millions and billions of dollars they're making in interest, they should charge them a 5 or 10% to develop the same tourism industry, entertainment, agriculture, and all these things. Because so while they're keeping all billions and billions and just pressurizing people, well, to be honest with you, sorry, I can't, the change that I have, I can't keep it in my house, but I can't keep it in my house, I have to keep it in the bank. But they're pressuring people too much, so I wish the government could give them a little more pressure. That is my opinion. I tell you flat, I don't like them at all. So God bless you, man.
All right, God bless you too. Thanks a lot, Mr. Monroe. All right, and don't forget, Mr. Monroe has the big show coming up, Divine Harmonies. It's happening December the 6th. And all of the choirs are currently in the process of getting themselves inside that competition for $100,000. So more information on that to come. But I'm glad he said what he said about the banks, because we're going to get into that discussion right now. Listen, I have it here. Yes, no, I have it from the document. It is a 0.25, let's see what page it's on here. Or do I need the document at all? I could give all it right off the top, you know. Right? It is 0.25%. Now, I read from the article here as we proceed, because I know I have limited time. All right. Dave Tanku in the paper this morning says that the public can stand up against potential bank fee increases. Take back your power. Acknowledging the potential for decreased business credit and insurance affordability after a 0.25% asset tax was imposed on banks and insurance companies during the budget, Finance Minister Dave Tanku has urged citizens to take back their power when choosing their banks. And he was speaking at the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association post-budget discussion, and he said, quote, banks have been charging fees of all sorts for every single transaction and declare substantial profits. That is a private sector initiative. They are making money, and I am very glad that they are making money. What the government is asking is they put some of that towards national development. And they may pass it on, he said, but the thing is, Trinidad and Tobago is more digitally aware. And I look forward to the point in time when our citizens start to take their power, take their power significantly back. And if you find that an institution is not treating you the way that you should be treated, if you find an institution is overcharging or passing on 0.25% of a charge on you, then use your digital tools and find better options. Tanku spoke about his own experience, saying he once withdrew $20 from his own bank account just to see the transaction fee and was surprised at the amount. Now, I don't have to go further in this. Listen, all this fear that the bank will pass fees on to you, you have the power. He's right. That is your money in the bank. You put your money in the bank. The bank hold your money and they take that money and they use that money and they profit off of your money. And then they charge you all these fees. What they're saying is that, listen, when you record 700 million for the year, or let me use a figure like 500 million for the year. You have $500 million in profit, and that is a small figure for the banks annually. We are asking for 0.25% of that towards national development. If the banks try to pass that cost on to the customer, they're wicked. They're more wicked than they're already wicked. There are policies right now that the banks have adopted that Trinidadian people have just sat by and say, well, okay, and we don't do anything about it. Imagine a businessman who handled a cash business. He had to take a night bag. He had to get a bag for the night box and a key or whatever for the box that is throw the money in. Or you have to deposit your money through the ATM. And I am talking about large sums of money that the banks are no longer taking over the counter. Why? So they come and they present that policy, and this is the thing with the banks. The banks don't advertise a change in policy, just so you know. You just go to the bank and then find out, well, you know, this is the policy now. The next thing, all of the banks have created a monopoly. And I say it in the context of, Chris, if you go to Royal Bank to purchase a vehicle, the interest rate going to be 4.5% on a new vehicle and 6.5% on a foreign used vehicle. If you go to Scotia Bank, it's going to be the same. If you go to FCB, it's going to be the same. If you go to, so where is the competitive market? Where is the competition in the market? That I could go to Scotia and say, Scotia, you're going to purchase a vehicle. All right, Mr. Reese, well, a brand new vehicle will run you 4.5% annually on the interest. And if you're taking a foreign used vehicle, it's going to cost you 6.5% on the interest, right? And I should be able now to go to another bank where they could offer me 3% by 5%. Where is the competitive market? Why are all the interest rates almost the same or the same? All you understand why I said in the back there? That is not a competitive market. And the banks are allowed to do these things. So you shouldn't worry about the 0.25%. That is a drop in a bucket for the banks. How much is 0.25% of $500 million? Anyone all you good in maths in the back there? Oh God, waste of time, just now. About 1.25 million? Would it be about 1.25 million? Do that calculation for me now. I'm thinking it's like 1.25 million. Although that figure something real small, you know, that way we should tax them more, you know, but nevertheless. It's 1.25 million? 0.25% of 500 million. $1.25 million? My maths are a little better than I thought, if it's that. All right? I want to put it in this context. In the bank's passing thing on to you. How much should us pay? What is the fee to use your Links card? Anyone or any bank? All right. If I have a Scotiabank Links card and I go to a FCB machine or a Royal Bank machine or a Republic machine, the ATM machine, to do a transaction, they will charge me about $4 service charge. Because it's a Scotiabank card I'm using in our next machine. So I think the fee is about $4, right? If you go over the counter to do a transaction, there is a fee attached to that. Is that fee $4 or $2? All right, let me say on average it's $3. Let me say I have a $3 service charge either way. All right, we're averaging it. I'm just bringing this into context. You have a working population of about 800,000 people, let's say. If we take 300,000 of those people, and we say that 300,000 people on a daily basis does use a Links card, whether it's to go and buy lunch, or go by the ATM, or wherever it is they're doing. They're going in the grocery, they swipe the card. Let's say they do that at $3 service charge. That is $900,000 a day. A day. Now, that is not $900,000 a day to one bank, but I'm just saying that is $900,000 a day in transaction fees. That's the kind of money the banks is making. So I ain't even talking about interest rates and all these little things. Let me go to the phone and see how many calls I could take before we get to Pastor John. It's a hot morning this morning, and there's plenty to discuss. But nevertheless, we're going again. Morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Stephen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Stephen, let me just say something about the budget. Please, I can do that?
Go ahead now. Dealing with the banks, but go ahead. Share your thoughts.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you, this budget is the best budget that I have ever seen since 1498. The only person could have given a better budget than this, I believe, was Christopher Columbus. And I'm going to tell you, Tobago get something. The only people could have given them something better than this was Robinson Crusoe or Friday. That is when Tobago was called Crusoe Island. I go on, Mr. Station. Thank you.
All right, no problem. I'm going back to the phone line. But you all understand what I'm saying. The banks need to do something about the banks. The banks are taking advantage of people in Trinidad and Tobago for too long. You have to have two form ID, a utility bill, a job letter. But you have to move the moon and the stars just to take your money and put it into the bank and say, I want to open my bank account. But when you go other parts of the world, you could walk into the bank and just open my account just so. Why it is they do that in places like the Caribbean? Which because we third world? Morning. You could tell me fraud about it.
I wanted to find out something.
Yeah.
I want to find out something. If all the banks and they decide to pass on that fee, what are we supposed to do? Put our money under the mattress?
No, I'm not saying
if
that.
If all the banks decide to do it, because I know they operate. No, they operate in a way. No, I don't like how they operate, eh?
Right.
But they operate like a gang.
And
right, so nothing you could do about it.
Right, but caller.
Right?
This is what I'm saying. Right, caller? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right.
I am here.
This is why I'm saying this morning, the easiest solution to this, to protect citizens, is from a legislative standpoint. If the government is going to do this and there is a worry that the banks will pass on these costs, then the first option, I understand what Tanku's saying, people could take back the power. I think if 50 people line up outside the bank and say, look, we're ready to close your account, I think they will backtrack. But we should not reach that.
They won't, because people have no choice but to put anyhow. But I'm moving on from this.
I understand what you're saying.
Yesterday I called about the container processing fee, right? And I said I was 100%. It is 100%.
Yeah, it is.
From 525 to 1,050 is 100%.
Yeah.
Right? From the other fee,
was
from
$40
$40
to
to $80 is 100%. That's 100%. That is going to be passed on to every consumer because everything is going to be affected. Clothing, medicine, electronics, everything is going to be affected by that. So what they are doing, they are giving with one hand and taking with the other hand. And also concerning the VAT, they never had VAT on tomatoes and all these things. They never had VAT on all these things. VAT is only on processed foods. So they're telling you they're taking away VAT from all these products like tomatoes and cucumbers and all these things is a lie. They never had VAT on all these items.
Okay.
Have a blessed day.
No problem. Yeah, look, my thing is to the government, to protect citizens, go to the parliament, legislate the thing. It is the easiest and the best solution in dealing with the fears that people have with costs being passed on and all kind of thing. Legislate it. You have the power to do it. Morning.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
You're quite correct. Morning. You're quite correct. You have to legislate. The issue with the banks is that we're not getting an interest rate on our savings, the right interest rate.
Yeah.
So they need to legislate that if your profit margin is X amount, then a certain percentage should go back to the depositors that will get interest on that. Because you have to pay for services no matter what you do. You have to pay for infrastructure and organic. But your interest rate, since my money is invested, you charge me 10% if I take a loan, then I need at least 2% on my savings.
Right.
But I ain't getting nothing. So this is where the problem falls. And the only way you can fix that is to legislate that. Based on the profit margins at the end of the year, when that declare, certain percentage should go back to the depositors for that time. But that can only be legislated, as you say. The other issue is the NIS issue. There is nothing wrong with the formula that they put up with the NIS issue. My issue with that, and I mean when the budget will pass, so you'll have to live with that, is that where do they invest the funds to get the best returns?
Okay.
And this is where the problem lies with the NIS money. Where you invest the funds, and they have to fix that. Mm-hmm. The last issue now to the people from CPEP and people who are outside there. Your job or your livelihood is in your hands. How it is that Venezuelans could come to Trinidad and find a job, whether they pay an NIS or whatever it is, and they could find a job and they're living equally as good as us. They come from another country. Here it is you living here, you tell me all you could do is CPEP? So then you have to find something else to do. So if CPEP closed down entirely, what would you do? Fall by the wayside? And then the minister had said they pay them up to August. So this is why there is no real protest that is going on. Yeah. So we have to wake up and begin to understand, as the minister say, our livelihood and our future is in our hands. And we have the right to decide if we're buying or we're not buying or we're investing or not. As far as the car issue is concerned, if they allow the cars to, the car dealers them to finance the customers and pay whatever interest, we now go from different areas to buy cars here or there, as the case might be. And that helps to take away some of the power from the banks. But there are many other formulas, and we'll chat on it already. Have a good day, man.
All right, no problem, man. I see here in the news this morning, government to replace CPEP and URP with full-time jobs. That's a headline, but as it relates to that headline, that is all we know. I don't know if there's an article in another paper that speaks to it in detail, but I did see that headline pop up on my phone. I usually get the headlines in the news via SMS messages, as most people maybe do. But that's one of the headlines. So to the lady with the CPEP and URP question, Janice, I'll comment here. To the lady with the CPEP and the URP question, there is an article apparently in the paper this morning. Take a read. It may have details on it, but I really can't answer that until the Prime Minister speaks. Morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Morning, my dear. Go ahead.
With respect to the banks.
Yes.
You want to see the banks start doing things for the people? Let the government allow 2 more banks to come into the country. You will see how fast they will start to offer people different incentives to bank in with their bank.
But you're saying
Just
that
allow 2 more banks to come in.
You think that will change the
Because I think it will change because I remember going to a function at Central Bank a couple of years ago. And when I made the suggestion to one of the senior managers, she nearly had a heart attack. Because she saw like profits going to somewhere else.
Okay.
You know? Because as you said, we need competition. The banks are no longer competitive.
No.
They are all holding one head with respect to certain fees that is being applied to customers.
Correct.
Second thing, why are people still saving their money in the bank? They should be putting the money in the credit union.
Credit union.
At least, yes. Because at the end of each year, at an AGM meeting, the membership agrees on a dividends percentage. And most of the times it's 4%
Right.
on their money,
Right.
right? So put your savings in a credit union, not in the bank.
Right.
The credit union not taking out $10 a month because you're using their facility to put your money.
It's true. That would
people
answer the
have to
question that the caller
understand-
put forward. If you take out your money from the bank where you're putting it and under your mattress, there are credit unions
Credit
you could go to.
union.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're in a company that does not have a credit union, lobby management to have the company join a credit union, because there are some credit unions, you can't just join as an individual. You have to, you get into that credit union through a company. Right? So get the companies to join a credit union so that you, your family, most of your family will get to become a member and put the savings in the credit union.
In the credit union. Yeah. That's an easy solution.
Yes,
Yeah.
every month you put a little $200. I put $200 in my Golden Star account, and when I look back, when I need to get something, I get my dividends, and I am able to
But
buy what I need to buy.
Outside of that, people do investments with unit trust. Unit trust is another organization that you could put your money into and see returns. There are options. There are financial options other than the bank.
But again, you have to look at the fees.
Yeah.
You have to look the credit union right now for the
Lowest
man
fees.
at a certain low right. A low income, the credit union is the place to go.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
All right.
And I can tell you that because I was involved as the audit supervisor for one
Okay.
of the credit unions. So
All right, thanks a lot.
This is my advice.
Don't forget,
let
nobody
them bring it to more banks. You go see how fast
Right,
they will
and-
start making offerings to the customers.
No problem. And don't forget about the
Don't forget
registration or anything, eh?
Yes, I'm working on that this week for you. It's
Aye,
a long
cool, no
weekend,
problem.
you know.
Aye, no problem.
We're working on it for you. Okay, dear. Bye-bye.
Yeah, the credit unions are an option, and I've said that in the past. The credit unions, you see, we're not looking at the options that are around us. We know that the banks are there, it's convenient, and we just say, okay. And then the banks take advantage of you, and you never really weigh out your options. You have options. Morning, as Janice just
Yes,
said.
Stefan.
Yeah, morning, what's up?
Yeah, now the banks really, they know people because at the end of the day, they have hidden costs. I remember at I might leave $2,000 in the bank. 2 days after I went to take out money, I see 1,800 and change. When I called to find out what's going on, is all kind of the story, that story.
Yeah.
But the next problem that we face too, that you might know about is all government workers' salary have to pass through the bank.
Right.
You understand? You must have a bank account where you're working. So if they change up that, where you could pass your money, pay it through the credit union instead. But they wouldn't do that.
All of that,
Because
all of
that way,
that,
if they could do that.
all of that could help. That could create a competitive market between the banks and the credit union.
Yeah, but anyway, you go to get a job now is a bank account they want. They want no credit union.
No, but and that's nothing. You go and your salary passes through there. You withdraw your salary and you go and put it in credit union. What's the problem?
And once the bank realize you're doing that, I remember it was a
You
video
could-
with the
that's
guy
your
went to
money.
take out his own money.
The bank could realize what they want.
Yeah.
That's your money.
No, well, it was a video with a fella went to take out his own money, but apparently he take out a few grand himself now from the teller. And the only teller asking him what he going to do with that money. You never see that video?
Well, I have seen videos where people, not videos, I have known of situations where people go to withdraw from the US account and things like that, and the bank asking them what they need the US for.
No, well, this is in Trinidad. When he went to take out local money, a few $1,000, and when he went to take it out, the woman asking him what you want the money for. The man said to run down HS.
Lord Father. All right, cool. Yeah, man. I can squeeze one more. I really supposed to wrap it up now, but I can squeeze one more. Hello, good morning. Morning. Wait, now they say, man, I get you.
Yes, good
Get you
morning.
twice in one morning.
Good
Yeah, go ahead.
Whatever somebody banks, what the government has to do, the bank, they operate like a gang, but that's something you cannot say because people love the facilities of the bank. People do a lot of shopping overseas, and they have used to have to use debit cards and credit cards.
Correct.
That will not go away because we live in a modern world, so people love those facilities. That will never change.
Okay, all right.
And
Point taken,
and
yeah.
another thing too, yeah, the credit union do the same thing as the bank. They operate like banks.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, all the credit unions operate like banks. Yes, they do.
They do.
They do the same thing. And another thing too, what the government has to do, if they want to change this kind of the policies with the bank, if you as a small person get a check and you have a banking account, you know what they tell you? They tell you must have a banking account to change that check.
To change the check, yeah.
You do, yes, you do a little small work for somebody. Like I'm a writer, and I do something for somebody, and somebody give me a check. When they go to change the check, they tell you must have a bank account to them. And you may not have a banking account, and that causes a problem.
Right.
So those are the things the government is supposed to address.
Okay.
Those
All
are the
right.
things it's supposed to address. Okay?
No
All
problem,
right.
my brother. No problem. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Listen, sorry I had to pause this one. We could continue the discussion tomorrow morning because it is a hot issue because I know a lot of people feel it with the banks. This is a hot topic. I have to stop because I have Pastor John coming up. But we could continue this discussion tomorrow. We could I will work on bringing in the Minister of Finance. Well, I wouldn't be able to get him next week because next week the debate starts, or maybe I will. Let me reach out to him and see. Because I really believe that we need to have a session with somebody like the Minister of Finance where we could do just as we did yesterday. Open the phone line, take and let people put the questions to him or suggestions to him. All of that I think would be part of a tremendous consultation on the program and from a national perspective. Like that, those last two particular ideas, open up the credit unions, you understand what I'm saying? And let them be competitive with the banks because it is time that we really start, and I understand what the last caller said, there are certain facilities in the bank that the bank provides that make it easy for people, especially when you're traveling and things like that. So they have the pros and the cons. The cons is that the banks over a period of time have gradually, little inches, implemented this fee, that fee. We could pay them for this, we could pay a fee on this, we could pay a thing on this, we could charge on that. And it reached to the point right now that, you really have to ask yourself, how much money all you want to make, right? And you get back nothing. If my money was sitting in the bank and it was growing, no problem. If I was getting back a percentage, no problem. But you don't. You understand what I'm saying? So there has to be something that they could legislate. And that's where it is. It is in legislation. They have to legislate. Central bank has to get serious as well. You understand? Because I remember I talked to one of the people in the banks, I'm going over my time, I talked to somebody in the bank at the time and they said, well, no, they only adhere to the rules laid out by central bank. Or something to that effect. Right? So this is a legislation issue. All right? And if the government really about the people, for the people, and they want to give to the people, I didn't expect some of the things that was in this budget. I thought this would have been a little tighter budget, but they have tried to give, but they have also tried to increase revenue on the next end. So the concern naturally by the population is the passing on of the cost to right back down to the small man, because that's how it always goes. So if you really want to protect the small man and have the small man enjoy some of the fruits and prosperity that the country has, then you have to legislate to prevent that from happening. You understand what I'm saying? And it's the easiest way to do it. So we'll see what happens. We go to the break. As we go to the break, do not forget the Breaking On Christmas party is on Saturday, December the 13th. Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. Tickets are available. They're out and available as we speak. Sports and games nationwide. Trinity Mall, Gulf City Mall, Long Circular Mall, West Mall, Tunapuna, Grand Bazaar, and, of course, Price Plaza. And a matter of fact, right now, sports and game are sale. They are 50%, up to 50 or 60 or 70% off of shoes, sneakers, right? All you go and check them out. They have big sale going on, right? but Sports and Games has your tickets. It is a premium drinks inclusive. We also have live entertainment, guest artists coming through, the full works for the Christmas. So come out, enjoy. This is for the viewers of the program. I'm glad to see that we're seeing more and more, and I'm hearing more and more new voices, especially with this budget. We're hearing some new voices and think people that didn't used to get through before. I'm glad to see all they're getting through now. I want to hear from everybody, whether you support the government, you don't support the government, your if, your and, your maybe, your but, your why, your when, your how. It don't matter. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody sees things through a different lens. We need to engage in all comments and commentary. So I'm glad for that. Get your tickets, all right? You can go to Rajba in St. Augustine or online at trinbagoevents.com as well. As we go to the break, do not forget Eden Heights. Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They do offer that dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, live blood analysis, halotherapy, colon hydrotherapy, oxygen baths, and more. Consultation services are also available, and you could visit them at any one of their 3 locations, Trin City, Chaguanas, or Tobago. You could also give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. So check them out, and do not forget that Chef Shiraz has his City and Guilds Level 3 Diploma in Advanced Professional Cookery. All right, we're talking about full-time and part-time classes, 8 to 12 months, limited space is available. And you could benefit from the chef lectures, with each holding over 30 years of culinary experience, both locally and abroad. To find out more about this, give Chef a call on 3724639, 7375097, or 2689431. When we come back, Pastor John will be with us. Stay tuned.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878, or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Have you thought about where you're going for lunch today? Well, Tante's Creole Food serves the best in local dishes at a great price. They're located at Altars Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. They offer the best in Creole, Chinese, and curry dishes. Don't miss their after-work special and soup Saturdays. It's cow heel, oxtail, pigtail, and chicken foot soup. And also, fish broth is on the menu. Give them a call or WhatsApp 734-3398, or simply visit them at the All-Star Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. Safe and secure parking is also available. Tante's Creole Food, the best in town. Check them out today.
Hey air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators, parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees, just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Let's go.
8 o'clock for the next 15 minutes. We'll be joined by Pastor John, who is with us. And it's everything black and white, man. Studio, and I see you dressed up in black and white as well. Pastor John, we're talking autism this morning.
Yes, I want to talk. It's a highly sensitive topic that many times I say I'm going to talk about it and cancel it because of it's sad to see children suffering from any type of disease, let alone autism, that put them in a place whereby they may not have a chance in life to function as normal as a lot of people. But then, you know, there is no medical cure for autism. And as I speak to people, only a few people have accepted and saw the children, you know, by the help of God, overcome their situation. And people are still asking me what proof I have and what proof I this before they could do something with the children. And sometimes you have to leave well enough alone. But before I begin, I want to say to everyone, parents and caregivers should always consult with a healthcare professional or your medical doctor before giving the child anything that I recommend for the child. Please do so. So at least that monkey is off my back. You know for a fact that you have consultation with your doctors if you doubt it. You got fathers and mothers today. The child is suffering, but they're arguing as to what is the final decision to do for the child. It's the whole thing about it is very, very sad. But is the sulforaphane that needs as an intake in terms of what you're doing to activate the brains again for the child. What I'm talking about, you need it for Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and neurological disease, which I will talk another day. But I want to stay on the actual topic because I want to teach people by activating the body's own antioxidant enzyme in the system, you have a chance that the body do its own work for itself. So there is no replacement as the same. So if someone have a prosthetic leg, it's not the same as the real leg. If you have a crown and a tooth or a teeth, it's not the same, because especially your jaw pressure changes and get weaker because of you don't have your natural teeth in the mouth. If you have prosthetic arms, or you're using insulin for diabetes, or you're using some type of drug for weight loss, all this the body can do. Just like, I hope I respect everyone when I say it, as a young man or young man growing up, you don't need no assistant with erectile dysfunction or ED. But as you grow older now, people are taking stuff. So the case of me to solve it is to allow the blood to be reactivated and flow back into the organs again, and you could solve your problem. So it was with autism. And so I am saying to you that the sulforaphane could reduce the oxidative stress that causes autism by 40% in the first 30 days. And this to eradicate free radicals. Something is taking place in the brain, and you need a master regulator. It's called the NRF2. Now, the NRF2 is what you have in your system to activate your own antioxidant. However, the NRF2, which you could Google, you got people who make it and give it to you synthetic NRF2. I am not giving anyone synthetic NRF2. I'm giving you the antioxidant, the power pack that will activate the body's own nuclear factor HROI, which is a protein that acts as a transcription factor in the body. So when you activate it, the body uses it on its own, because you could use your own stuff in your system. So autism, a neurological and developmental condition marked by behavior that can interfere with everyday function and create challenges for communication and social engagement. Sir, we have 1 in 54 children diagnosed with autism by age 8. We got 4 times more boys diagnosed than girls, and 0 to 2 years from birth, between the first 2 years of the child age when it first appears. What I'm giving you here is a staggering number. It means a lot of people listening to me right now, and they're living a life of challenges, that they've got to take care of the loved one that have these challenges. And I come to tell somebody today, it really pays to know me because I can help you. I can't help with the price because I don't make the products, but I can help you and put you in the right direction if you need help, and to know that you still have a consultation with your doctor to show him whatever. Before you buy the product, you can show him exactly what you're about to use, and they can tell you that if the NRF2 is reactivated, the key regulator of antioxidant, and inflammatory to destroy all the dysbiosis in the system, to have the blood-brain barrier working again in the brain, you give the child a chance. It is not magic. It is not going to happen overnight. But in the first month, you will see a reduction by 40%, which I might add for you today, is clinically tested. I'm going to send you today, a video from 2005 where they begin testing these things. From ABC investigation, CNN investigation, and how the outcome came out to be. Sulforaphane is an ingredient that will help alleviate the behavior. So when you talk about autism, a lot of people say, well, I don't have a child, or I don't have a child with autism. And what you're talking about, maybe I'm wasting my time talking about it because I got 15 minutes on mornings. I'm on the air speaking, and I hope people are listening to me. It's the same thing that I can help you activate your pancreas to produce the insulin and help you activate the monocytes and the macrophages and the phagocytes to receive the insulin again, because you have diabetes and you must activate the NRF2. I got people who you give stuff and they still not, like every now and again somebody said, Doc, here what I use, I can't get the A1C down because the NRF2 needs to be activated in the system. And that is what I have now. That one I didn't have before, but now I have now, together with the package to give to everyone with diabetes. People who are suffering from arthritis and suffering with pain needs to get help so that the pain will go away in their system. People with Alzheimer's, dementia, ALS, Huntington disease needs, like I just have a family who a lady get help with ALS. She live in New Jersey. The family is shocked. So many people, because there is no medical cure unless the body restore its own self and restore the broken cells, the body cannot get healed. I've been saying since 2011 when I got healed from cancer that my immune system restore itself and my body heal itself from cancer. Because the world is not teaching you the same thing. Sometimes people don't want to believe it and they suffer on demise. I know someone right now, for 10 years now, I'm begging him, the family, they never even listen to me. From glaucoma, now the person is totally blind. Never tried. Just keep saying, well, I don't know if it's going to work, I don't know if it's going to work, and the person is totally blind. I know someone who's famous, has Parkinson's disease. Reach out to the family. They won't even touch. This is 4 to 5 years later. The person getting worse and never do nothing whatsoever. And they keep saying, well, let me talk to them. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. And the person right this minute is getting worse with their situation. It's a very sad thing to see people sick. That's why, as a cancer survivor, I'm here to help people, to reach out to people, to show you that, listen, your body will heal itself if you put the right stuff in it. If you put diesel in a gas engine, the car will run like crap. If you put the wrong stuff in the human body operate like crap. However, if you put the right stuff in the body has a magnificent ability to function and go for a very long time. I think the guy named Arrow sang a song many years ago, Calypso, Man Was Born to Survive, that he goes through everything and he's still going, that you cannot keep a good man down. It's all saying to the human body, it's fascinating what the body can do for itself if you only give it a chance. And that's why I'm here every Wednesday morning with you, sir. Any questions for me?
Yeah, in terms of the autism, right?
Yes.
Of course, recently the drug acetaminophen, right?
Yes.
But that was brought up. And particularly women with pregnancy and that kind of thing. Now you're saying that this is one of the new products that you've added to the list of products that you have here that could be used, and you mentioned a 40% turnaround?
Yes, sir. So oxidative stress is one of the reasons for any neurological disease and many diseases today. It's by itself is not a disease, but it's the main cause of it. So if you start to reduce oxidative stress in your body, someone with cancer, someone with autism, as we're speaking today, or any type of disease, you're starting to eradicate disease because you're giving the body the chance to fix it. And sulforaphane is an ingredient that will help to activate the NAF2, which is NRF2, in the system, the master regulator of restoring your own antioxidant in your body.
Okay.
That will help the blood-brain barrier.
Right. Outside of that, is there anything that has any research that has revealed why? Because you mentioned it, that more boys than girls get autism.
Yes. So 2014, and for the interest of this year, you just could Google it, research into sulforaphane, and if you want me to spell it, I can spell it for you in a minute so that somebody could Google it correctly. 2014, Johns Hopkins University study. That's a well-famous medical university hospital. In a randomized, double-blinded, placebo-controlled clinical trials involve 40 children and adults, males, with moderate to severe autism precipitate who receive sulforaphane show that significant improvement in behavior compared to the placebo group. Okay. And you can see 2024 testing and all the clinical trials. A matter of fact, this particular addition to my power pack, which is part of it, and all of it. Now my power pack, this did clinical testing. They tested with real human beings to see how it reduced oxidative stress by 40% in the first month. And I can spell it for you. SULFORAPHANE. Anybody can Google it. They can tell you that the foods you're going to eat. Some people say, well, okay, let me go and eat some broccoli. Broccoli or curcumin.
Okay.
Grapes are used to make red wine. Barley grass, marigold, echinacea. All of this is in the ingredients. Ashwagandha, bacopa, milk thistle, curcumin, and green tea put together that produces to activate your NRF2 together with broccoli. Even in the daily diet, while you're doing anything for your child, you should find these foods and give it to them. You just need a whole buckload for it to be totally effective in your system. Okay. But you can get it. Broccoli has it. Every time you eat broccoli, you're helping yourself with your brain.
Right. But Pastor John, we're out of time, but I just want to tell people that they could WhatsApp you because we did a 5K where we give part proceeds to autism this year. And I'm doing the 5K and we're going to be going back at autism again next year.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So I want to remind people that the WhatsApp number is on the screen. It is 1516-286-7079. That is 1516-286-7079. Remember that the product is not intended to diagnose, treat, mitigate, cure, or prevent any disease, and statements made about products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. So, Pastor John, until next week, and I understand next week your time is going back, so it's going to be 6:30
not next week,
where you're at.
In November, my time is going back in November 2nd.
Oh, November 2nd. All right. Well, thanks a lot.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Information. All right. So, people, with that, we're going to take a break, final break, and when we come back, we've got 5 birthdays to deal with. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come, fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor. Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad. Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago. Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT. Get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it.
The season of lights is bright and tasty with Royal Castle's delightful veggie burger made with a healthy and nutritious patty. It's great on its own or in a combo with one side and a 16-ounce drink. So whether it's lunch, dinner, or a snack, Royal Castle's veggie burger fits right in with your fasting and festivities. Happy Diwali from Royal Castle.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, people, so we're back 5 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. We got some birthdays. We're going to get to them immediately, and then we wrap up. And tomorrow we will be back here to do it all over again. We'll try to continue that discussion with the banks and the gas station owners They say, oh God, we could not lose money. Boy, when they're making money, they don't complain. Huh? Happy birthday going out to a mother from your loving children, Akel and Ari Gordon. Have fun at Runaway later. Mom's going Runaway. Papa, you Runaways later, fellas. Is Runway? No, Runaway. That is not a Kyrie people event. It is be Wednesdays here, like 1 p.m. to Mom's going Runaway, yes? All right. Oh, Mom's coming Christmas party Saturday, December 13th. You can run away to that too. All right, so birthday greetings to our beautiful granddaughter, Hadassah Bahadur Singh. She celebrates it, today's the 15th, right? Yeah, she celebrates it today, the 15th of October, coming from her grandparents, Amadat and Lazina Bahadur Singh. Also her parents, Luke and Seya, brother Elijah, also the rest of the Bahadur Singh family. They all love you very, very much. So happy birthday going out to you, Hadassah. Also, sending happy 31st birthday greetings to our daughter, Saravani. Wishing her lots of blessings, love and good health from Mom, Lisa, Dad, David, and Dolly. All right? So enjoy your day, Saravani. Also, happy 64th birthday to Savistri Ramsaran. May this year bring you continued health, joy, and all blessings you deserve. 64 years of wisdom, love, and beautiful memories. Here's to you and all the wonderful moments still to come from husband Roderick, children Stephanie, Rodney, Christy, Yuri, Brian, and grandkids Catalia, Krish, and Katie. All right. Happy birthday to you. Nice. And finally, Karen Suku in New York celebrates her birthday today. And though living in a foreign land, although she's living in a foreign land, she's at Trinity to the bone. May you have an awesome day filled with love and laughter. Hoping to see you soon. From your cousin Annalise, your parents Moses and Rita Suku, siblings Kevin and Kim, and the rest of the family, and the Bagwandins and Sukus from Trinidad. All right, nice. All right, people, so that's it for the birthdays. That's it for today. Unfortunately, Trinidad and Tobago drew with Curacao last night. We needed to win that game, boy. We needed to win that game. Mathematically, we could still get into the qualifying, the second spot, and then go through a whole process to get to the World Cup. But we would have to beat Jamaica and Curacao. All right? So, we still have a chance. All is not lost. But we should have won that game last night. Anyway, tomorrow, we will be back. We'll do it all over again. We have Uchenna on tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll chat with him as well. That's the segment down to the end of the show. And we do have some guests coming through tomorrow. I think one guest booked tomorrow and a couple on Friday. So until tomorrow, have a great day, people. We are out. Goodbye.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.